Awesome day for Ms. Bates. Congratulations. And now it is time to recognize the overall Teacher of the Year. Please take a look again at the jumbo screens to learn more about this phenomenal teacher.
I was born in Atlanta, Georgia, and we moved away when I was very young. We moved to Arlington, Texas, and I spent the first 12 years of my life living in Arlington, and it was great. And then I started 7th grade, and my dad was transferred to Denver, Colorado. I went to college at a small liberal arts college to start in Durango, Colorado at Fort Lewis College. I went to school out there for a little while, and then I transferred to be closer to home at CU Denver is where I finished up my degree, and lived at home with my parents, and I'm really glad that I had that time with them, especially my dad. And I met my husband when I was in college, and that's the point where I really, that was kind of the turning point for me, because he was already a teacher, and I just saw how much he loved it, and it really sparked my interest about teaching. When I'm not in school, I love to spend time with my family. I have 2 beautiful girls, Maya and Lily, and we love to do things outdoors. This weekend we're going tubing in the mountains. We like to go camping. We try to get outside as much as possible. In the summertime, we're outdoors most of the time. The best part of my job is interacting with kids every day. It's so neat to see them light up when you pay them a compliment or tell them that they've done a great job, or you have talked to them the day before about something you want to see changed, and they change it the next day. And just their eyes light up when you tell them, wow, you're doing such a great job.
The class that Meredith teaches, AVID, is truly a special opportunity for kids. AVID's a program that targets students who have the talents to go on and go to a 4-year university, but potentially their academics haven't matched their talents. And so it takes a special teacher to teach an AVID course. Her classroom is set up as a dorm room, and she makes sure that the students not only are on course academically, but believe in themselves. And that's so important as students try to be their very best, and it takes a great teacher to do that.
Ms. Tung is extremely connected in all that she does. She's connected to her work and ensuring that it's the right work, ensuring that all students have an opportunity for success, no matter what challenges they may face. And she seeks to inspire others. She seeks to show her passion in everything that she does. And she truly is a great educator that has a great impact on all of the students that she serves.
I knew right away that Meredith was very, very special. When you walk into her classroom, the kids are engaged. The kids are just involved in the learning. They are the lead learners in the classroom. And you know right away that there's been some purposeful planning that's taken place, that she has carefully scripted what the day will look like for the students. And so by the time the students make it to her classroom, the learning just unfolds for them. And to see that happen just so eloquently in the way in which she brings it through, I just knew that there was something very, very special about Meredith.
I think my teaching style is kind of a mixed bag. I like to call it fun, and I think most students would agree that I try to infuse some fun into the learning, because I think that's really important. Not everything every day is going to be fun, but I try to make sure that there's at least, at least one thing in every class period that they're going to enjoy, or giving them the opportunity to get up. But I try to keep them guessing. I don't want them to get bored in here. I want them to come to my class and wonder what we're going to be doing today.
So, ladies and gentlemen, and to my WSB TV photog Alvin, who is standing here in the middle of the room, I want to direct your attention, so be ready, as I present the 2016 Overall Teacher of the Year, Meredith Tung, escorted by members of the Roswell High School Drumline.
So, have you ever wondered why someone goes into becoming a teacher? Does anybody remember being in school and thinking you were trying so hard to get out? Right? Teachers actually intentionally go back in. I encourage everybody, it was mentioned earlier, to take time and reflect on why you do this work. What is your why? I did a little investigation, and it's very clear in just a few phrases why Mrs. Tung does her work. She's been a teacher for 14 years. When asked what motivates her to teach, this is what she says. Building relationships, I'll say that again, building relationships with my students and watching them learn and grow is my motivation. Believing in them, loving them, and encouraging them sometimes can be the only thing they need in order to believe in themselves. And here's my favorite line, you should write this down. Really, you should tweet this. I'm a better person because I am a teacher. Leadership, in my opinion, teachers, great teachers, don't just impact their students. They impact students throughout the entire school. And they do that because they influence other teachers. Great teachers are leaders in the school. Mrs. Tung is an avid teacher. She is in charge of not just making a difference in the trajectory of the life of her kids, but she impacts staff as a professional developer so that they can be at their best. Her influence and fingerprints are throughout the school. Here's another question. Why would you teach middle school? So you acknowledge the humor in that question, right? This is what she says. Because it's the best of both worlds, and there is never a dull moment. That's the truth. The students are still young enough to appreciate and enjoy fun, creative lessons, but they are independent in developing a strong sense of self and a sense of humor. Middle schoolers are at a really crucial time in their development. It's a time when you can really have a positive influence and act as a guide and a mentor for this sometimes turbulent and transitional time in their life. And as a father of a middle school student, she just made me feel extremely guilty. Meredith Tung, I am delighted to present this check for $1,250 from Fulton Education Foundation, a $500 Kroger gift card, a $100 Kroger gift basket, a Dell Latitude 13-inch tablet, and a personalized jersey from the Atlanta Hawks.
I am pleased to help recognize Meredith Tung from Elkins Point Middle School as our Teacher of the Year. I serve as the school board member in the community where Mrs. Tung teaches, so I know of her reputation as a top teacher. Ms. Tung believes in creating strong relationships with students and giving them respect. As a middle school teacher, she exhibits the love and compassion that young students need to grow and become young adults. She also believes in providing them a safe place to fall and pick themselves back up, even if they don't succeed the first time. She says that it's important to show students that it's okay to fail, but what's important is the lesson you learn from it. You inspire us all, Ms. Tung, by your giving and compassionate spirit. On behalf of the Fulton County School Board, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Anderson, who will present the traveling trophy to Ms. Tung. Please join us in welcoming him to the stage for this presentation.
Meredith, it's truly a pleasure and an honor to present you with the Teacher of the Year Traveling Trophy from Fulton County Schools, and know that you'll live up to its inscription. The master teacher follows a vision and inspires others to envision their future. Congratulations.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Thank you to the Fulton Education Foundation for all of these wonderful gifts. I have a lot of thank yous, so please don't start playing the Oscar music. That was kind of one of my worries when I was planning my speech. I would like to thank Fulton County Schools for believing in me to be a representative for the teachers of our county. It's truly an honor. On behalf of all the honorees, I would again like to thank the Fulton Education Foundation for this beautiful event. While our jobs are not glamorous, it's nice to dress up and feel like royalty for a day, so thank you so much. Thank you to Roswell High School Marching Band for that amazing performance. It's not every day that you get to enter a room like that. I'd also like to thank all the family members, friends, district officials, administration, business partners, and community members that are here today to support the honorees. Without you, we would not be here. We do not work in a vacuum. It is your support that allows us to be the best for the children that we teach. I would like to personally thank my administration who is here today, my amazing principal, Kendra Smith, and assistant principals Leah Mackey, Lori Bearden, and Bev Hollinsworth. Thank you for your support and leadership. Elkins Point has the best administrative team. I would like to thank my family and friends for being here today and for all of their support. My dear friend Anna, my aunt and uncle Jenna and David Chester, my sister Robin and Ben, they live 5 minutes away and they're our best friends. My in-laws Jim and Judy Tung, who drove 9 hours from Virginia to be here today, thank you for your continued support and guidance. I'd also like to thank my beautiful daughters, Maya and Lily, my redheads. Maya is my middle schooler, my firstborn. She's becoming a talented musician. We got to celebrate her last week at the District 9 Honor Chorus. And my Lily, my spunky, fun child with the red curly hair and the personality to match. She literally skips everywhere she goes. They generously share me with over 100 kids year after year, and although they come first in my life, they have made many sacrifices over the years, since being a devoted teacher often means working nights and weekends. I love you, girls. To my love, James, he is a fellow teacher and the reason I am here today. I am fortunate that he is not only my husband, but he's also my colleague at Elkins Point. He inspires me daily with his passion and for life and loving people. He believes in me more than I do myself sometimes, and he's my biggest cheerleader. He's a wonderful husband and father, and I'm so happy that my 22-year-old self knew what a good man he was and that yes was the right answer. Thank you to my mom, Donna, who is such a support in my life. Mom, I would not be standing up here if it weren't for you. You are the essence of what it means to be a supportive, loving mother. She's also my stylist, along with my sister. I might be up here in jeans and a t-shirt if it weren't for the two of them. I also want to thank my dad, who's no longer here on this earth. He passed away 11 years ago, but he continues to influence my life on a daily basis. He instilled a strong work ethic in me. His life's motto was work hard, play hard, which I think I've successfully mastered. People are always commenting on how we're always on the go. My dad was a man of integrity. Say what you mean what you say. I'm a man of my word. And actions speak louder than words, were some of the phrases he repeated to me and my sister. But he didn't just say them, he also lived them. As a difficult teenager, sorry, Mom, his words may have gone in one ear and out the other, but today his is the voice in my head. For those of you who do not know me, this is my 14th year as an educator. As someone who studied anthropology and history in college, I wasn't sure what my career would be. I met my husband waiting tables, and he was also a teacher. He convinced me to come volunteer in his classroom with a social studies project, and I was instantly hooked. I started teaching in the Denver area and taught there for 4 years until we moved to Atlanta 9 years ago. We were fortunate to land jobs in Fulton County schools, and we have been teaching here ever since. When I was told I was going to be speaking today in front of 1,200 people, my first question was, what do you want me to speak about? Anything you want, I was told. Anything? Most educators are somewhat self-sacrificing, humble individuals, so to talk about myself didn't feel quite right. Plus, this day isn't about me, it's about all of us and the collective impact that we have on kids. So after quite a bit of prayer and soul searching, I decided that I wanted to use this time to express my gratitude to all the educators in this room. After all, it is the month of Thanksgiving, where we take time to be grateful for all of our blessings. So today, educators, I am thankful for all of you. My respect and admiration for what you do on a daily basis far outweighs my ability to articulate it. I wish I was an eloquent writer so I could accurately put into words all the ways you make a difference, but I know I will only touch on a small percentage of the many ways you influence lives for the better. Thank you for your selflessness. You put others' needs before your own on a daily basis. You purchase things for your classroom with your own money. You give up your lunch to make parent phone calls, help a student that needs it, or deal with a crisis in the building. You stay up late working. You go to school events in the evenings or on the weekends. You spend your free time reading education blogs, taking online classes, or taking part in webinars so you can better your craft. Many of you work with students living in poverty and have a stash of food for kids who are hungry. Or you have made other personal sacrifices to make sure kids have what they need. You go above and beyond the call of duty on a daily basis, and you may never speak a word of it. You are a hero. Thank you for showing students respect, love, and compassion, regardless of their behavior and attitude toward school. Great teachers know that kids who need love the most ask for it in unloving ways. Thank you for not taking their behavior personally and for giving second chances. Thank you for not giving up on those students. I know that some of them are hard to love, but we love them anyway, because love is free, so we give it freely. This is the most valuable gift that we give our students. Thank you for setting the bar high. You have high expectations for all your students and believe that all of them can learn. Your expectations are high, and you scaffold your instruction so that students can reach those expectations. And when they fall short, you don't give up on them. You remediate and you work with those students till they get it, while providing enrichment for those that do. This is no easy task. And although you may not do it perfectly every time, really, who does? I don't. You may even fail sometimes. You continuously strive to be better and search for ways to improve. You don't take failure as the final answer, but as motivation to press on. You hold up a mirror to your students who don't believe in themselves, and you show them their true potential. Thank you for creating engaging lessons for your students. This does not happen by accident. This takes time. Time at home on your couch when the rest of the working world is unwinding for the day. Time on a Sunday afternoon when most are relaxing or out and about. I read a blog recently that compared teaching to putting on a multi-act play by yourself, 5 to 6 showings every single day. You continually try out new activities and add ideas to your teacher toolbox. When you go to trainings on the latest and greatest, you take them back and try them in your classrooms. You work to make learning fun for your students and connect it to the world around them so it has relevance and meaning. You make lifelong learners. You change the course of a child's life as they begin to see themselves as scientists, engineers, musicians, historians, journalists, and poets. Thank you for wearing many hats. Being a teacher means you are a counselor, a nurse, a tutor, a bookkeeper, a PR director, a mom or dad, a cheerleader, a hall monitor, a coach, an actor, a security guard, a copy machine repair person. I could go on, but I will stop there. I have read that the average teacher makes 1,500 decisions in one school day, 1,500 decisions. I can't figure out how I do that, and I can't figure out what to wear in the morning or what to make for dinner, but for some reason I get that done. Anyway, thank you for being decisive and quick on your feet and using your heart to guide you. Thank you for extending your sphere of influence beyond your classroom. This is so important. You have run clubs, some of you coach, many of you volunteer in your community. You mentor other teachers, you are leaders in your building, often having multiple important roles, like department chair, induction advisor, team lead, grade level chair, PLC coach, vanguard, and many of you are instructional coaches and plan professional learning in your buildings. Thank you for being you. Some of you are loud and boisterous and give high fives in the hallway like my husband. Others are quiet nurturers who provide calm and stability to your students. Others are the mama and papa bear types who, while extremely lovable, can lay down the law in a way only they can do. Others are the kind of teachers students complain about for being too hard, only to look back fondly at the end of the year as they realize with a little hindsight and maturity how much they have learned. It's only then that they realize that how much you push them was equal to how much you care. No matter what type of teacher you are the perfect person for that one student who needs you the most. Thank you for making a difference and always striving to be better tomorrow than you are today. You do this because you understand that our kids deserve the very best we can give them. You understand that this is more than a job. It's your life's work. You are the reason some kids come to school every day. You have already impacted more lives than an average person does in a lifetime. And although there is so much writing on your successes and failures, you stay focused on problem solving and finding solutions instead of feeling defeated. For every kid that thanks you or tells you how you have changed their life for the better, there are many more who did not speak up, but are better for having had you as a teacher. Thank you for working, sometimes thanklessly, to set kids on a positive and productive course because you cared enough not to give up. Theodore Roosevelt said, "Far and away the best prize that life offers is the chance to work hard at work worth doing." Yes, ours is a higher calling than a monthly paycheck. It is hard work, but I can't think of anything else that is more worth doing than being an educator. We are living in uncertain times. Thank you for being the stability in your students' lives. There are days when your words may have been the one thing that made your students feel safe. Thank you for taking a long look at yourself and confronting your own biases and prejudices so that we may provide a more equitable education for all kids. This is hard to do. As educators, we are confronted with isms on a daily basis, and we have to make the choice to confront injustice, no matter how small, when it rears its ugly head. And we confront it with love, because we understand what Martin Luther King meant when he said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." Thank you for being a voice for social justice within your school community. We must be the voice for our students. We must use this time in our nation's history to do all the good we can. As Georgia Congressman and civil rights leader John Lewis once said, "If not us, then who? If not now, then when?" Thank you, community members, business partners, family, and friends, for supporting us in our work. Thank you, educators, for doing this noble work. It is an honor and a privilege to call you my colleagues. Thank you.